Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of As Told by AARY. I know it's been like a little bit over a week since the last time I posted. I was trying to see what was going on in the world, trying to see what would happen in my life. And this week, I actually really want to talk about mental health. And I don't want to talk about it in a gun reform stance or, anything that's been talked about as of late. Personally, I feel as though mental health should have been a topic of discussion long before the Parkland shooting or any really, before it was attached really to any type of gun reform. Just to give you guys kind of a background on why mental health is as important as it is to me. Personally, like millions of other people, I have my fair share of issues with mental health. About 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with anorexia. And while I am recovering and I'm doing so much better, that was a really dark time for me. And much like, again, millions of other college students, I am not alone in that fight. I'm not alone in my battle to be better and to do better, That being said, as a 22-year-old college student, I thought coming to college would change my perspective. The whole reason I came to college was so that I could be in a world that was unlike anything that I'd known in Pittsburgh. And unfortunately, that's not really what I've gotten out of it. And I say that more so because I thought coming to a school like, Penn State Barron would be really big, I thought, that Penn State diploma is going to be pretty nutty. And it still is. That come December, it's going to be pretty nutty. But I never realized how lost in translation people would become. Emotions would become. Respect would become. I didn't know that coming to college, it would have to be a give and take relationship. And I guess I'm making this video to let everyone know that it doesn't have to be. And that your mental health matters. And I'm going to really try my hardest not to cry. So I'm sorry if I get a little emotional. I know that makes people uncomfortable. But as of late, I've had a lot of my friends who deal with, clinical depression, anxiety. These are not uncommon. They're not sins. They don't make them less people. However, a lot of those people have been dealing with issues of bullying, or even if it's not bullying, more so a lack of respect for their being. And that makes me sad. It makes me sad that people who do nothing but add sunshine to the world or try their best to are treated as though they're less than from people that feel as though they're too big to care. Or they're too big to be nice. Or they're too big for this and they're too big for that. All because you're going to have a Penn State degree. Let me be the first to tell you that your degree does not make you too special to be kind. Your college education does not make you too important to be kind. Your stresses in life do not give you a reason to walk all over those who cannot speak for themselves. Understand that not everybody came to college with the ability to just be who they are. Not everyone came to college with the ability to make 1,000,007 friends. Not everybody who comes to college has the means of going home to a loving family. And at the end of the day, that should matter. How you treat people matters. And I am so tired of no one caring about how that matters. Our collective perspectives as individuals is what make the world go round. They are what make the world go round. Because fun fact, life is nothing but a matter of reaction and stimuli. Stimuli and reaction. That's how we as human beings have our lives ran. Stimuli, reaction. And if you cannot conceptualize what kindness is, then you can at least conceptualize what respect is. And I will break it down for you. Really easy. If you cannot be kind to someone, then by all means, shut up. Shut up. There's no need to be a dick. There's no need to be unnecessarily mean to somebody. There's no need to push somebody's face into the dirt to make yourself feel better. And for those of you that want to throw the, oh, well, it's my First Amendment right to say whatever I want to. Your First Amendment right does not guarantee you the right to be an asshole. Your First Amendment right does not mean that you are more important than somebody else's feelings. Your First Amendment right does not mean you are more important than those that need help. Your First Amendment right does not give you the right to not care. As human beings, we matter. Everybody. No matter your race, your religion, your creed, your background, your language, it does not matter. You matter. And if literally everyone, and I mean everyone, could take the time to realize that your actions matter as much as you do, I wouldn't be finding my friends' suicide notes. I wouldn't have my friends coming up to me feeling as though they are so worthless, they are not meant to be breathing anymore. If people realize how much their actions matter, then I probably would not have dealt with half of the stuff that I did. And while we cannot blame everybody for everything that we go through, the fact that we have a collective human experience means that what you do matters to me for the simple fact that we are connected that way. Human beings like to have this false narrative that we can control the universe, and we don't. We don't. And that is why more than ever, your actions, your words, your being mean more than you can ever imagine they do. Your ability to smile at somebody matters more than you think it does. Your ability to respect somebody else's existence matters more than you think it does. This goes beyond just giving a kind word or a hug to a friend. This goes you being a decent human being and actually caring about another person's human experience. If you are a college student, that is why we came here. Yes, to get your degree, that's why you went to college. To get your resume, that's why you went to college. But above all else, you came here to expand your mind, expand your horizons. And that means taking the time to acknowledge another person's perspective. I am so far speaking outside of politics and your ways of life and all that. I don't care. The things that are controversial, it still doesn't matter. It still doesn't matter. Your respect means more than you know. It can literally save a life. So please, as it is April 5th, 2018, do something to make someone else feel as though they matter. Go out of your way to talk to somebody. Give somebody a hug that you've never seen. And I'm not saying to be weird or anything about it, but we have to start building more bridges, guys, or we are not going to have a future left. We're not. Suicide is taking more and more of our generation than people care to notice. But because it's not at the top of a debate, no one's talking about it. We are losing more people to mental illness than you can even know. And no one's talking about it. I know that we have a million issues to deal with right now. I know. And I'm not trying to add more onto the pile. But as a 22-year-old who can't help but look at the world around her and really feel a sense of hope and utter sadness, I have to say something about it. And believe it or not, regardless of what you're majoring in, regardless of what you're into, regardless of who you're into, your brain matters. Your mental health matters. And as soon as people start realizing how much we all collectively matter, our experiences as human beings can only go up, because there's a level of understanding that we have never seen on this planet before. And as a generation that has already been changing the game as much as we have, it's not impossible for us. As a generation, we have seen the impossible happen. And that is why it is 100% on us to make sure that we continue that change. And we have to continue changing the way we talk about mental health and mental disease, because it is killing us faster and faster and faster. And people are not realizing it before it's too late. Before it's too late, you will have lost somebody to depression or anorexia, anxiety. You will lose somebody, and by then it will have been too late. The conversation should have been had. We have to continue to fight for each other as much as we fight for ourselves. Because as much as we would love to say it doesn't matter about anybody else, it matters about me, we are nothing without the people around us. The world does not circulate for one singular person. It circulates for all of us. You matter. And if you're watching this video, please share it so that somebody else can hear that they matter, because they do. Watch, discuss, listen, act. Be beautiful, guys, because the world needs more of it. Thanks.